of Tankers, I'm Droodles Blitz, and today we'll be talking about why World of Tanks is a pay-to-win company. Now, this isn't going to be a video ranting about, as you can see here, I've got the Smasher in my garage. This isn't going to be a video on why the Smasher is overpowered and how it's ruining the game, how all these overpowered premiums are ruining the game, because the problem is, a lot of people don't understand that Wargaming is a huge, huge company. It is a multi-billion-dollar company. They own multiple businesses, or should I say multiple buildings, across Russia. They've got a couple in Minsk, I think. They've got buildings all over. And the thing about that is, they have to not only run those buildings, they have thousands of people working in every single building. And that's millions and millions of dollars they spend every year just, paying their staff whatever wage they get. So the thing is that when we buy these tanks, we're effectively keeping Wargaming as a company in business. Now, of course, we don't think of it like that. We're just playing a game. We're all having fun. But the thing is that Wargaming has to make money. And when they release, let's say, a vehicle like the VK16801P, how much money do you think Wargaming's going to make off that tank? Probably not a lot. Maybe $10,000. Not even that much. That was an unlucky shot there. But, they're not going to make a lot of money. Well, $10,000 seems like a lot. It probably cost them $100,000 worth of labor, and how many people. If you had, let's say, 1,000 people working on the design and the development of that VK, the issue is you've got all those people working on it. That could be $100,000 worth of work there. And when you have a tank that doesn't sell, that all goes to waste if you think about it. And that's the issue with a vehicle like the VK168. It's not going to make any money. This guy really wants to kill me here. But when you have a tank like that, it's just not making any money. So when they release a vehicle like Smasher, what's going to happen is that everybody wants to buy the tank because obviously it's an overpowered vehicle. So when you sell an overpowered... Ooh, that was a really lucky shot there. But when you sell an overpowered tank, obviously people are going to buy it. As much as people complain about overpowered tanks being in the game, everybody's the same. I've learned this because as soon as the Sheridans came out, the T-92s came out, everybody, when they first came out, oh no, we hate these AGTMs, they're overpowered, remove them, blah blah blah. But the funny thing is, I've noticed, is that a lot of people I notice in ratings battles, they're good players. They're running these AGTMs though. And the thing is, I message them and I say, do you like the AGTMs being in the game? They're like, no. And I'm like, why are you running them in ratings games? Well, they're like, if we can't beat them, you might as well join them. And I feel that's sort of... Let me just see if I can snap that. Nope. I feel that's sort of the same way that people are with premium tanks. They hate overpowered premium tanks being in the game, but yet they still buy them. People hate crates being in the game, but yet people still buy them. If crates didn't make money, Wargaming obviously would not sell them. Let's finish this guy off. And that's sort of how I feel overpowered tanks are in the game. If Wargaming didn't make a lot of money off of overpowered tanks, obviously they wouldn't sell them. But the thing is that Wargaming makes the most money out of all of their products on the overpowered tanks they sell. And if they throw them in crates, not only are they making a lot of money off of them, they're making even more because they don't have to throw them in just a normal price tag. But if you notice, most of the time when overpowered tanks first come out, they're not in crates. The Smasher was not in crates when it first came out. The WZ-120 was not in crates when it first came out. Helsing was not in crates. The Dracula was not in crates. Neither was the Type 59. Neither was the Type 62. All of the overpowered tanks in the game were not in crates. Now, Tier 10 vehicles, yes, they are in crates when they come out. But 99% of the Tier 10 vehicles are not even overpowered. Yes, T-22 medium is overpowered, but that is the only one. Pretty much all the other ones, in my opinion, are very strong and balanced. Now, the Chieftain Mark 6, you could argue, is a little bit on the more overpowered side, but it takes skill to run. You have to know how to work cash. You have to know how to use the standard ammo and the premium. It's not an extremely easy tank to run. So the Tier 10 vehicles, the reason they throw them in crates is to control numbers, because obviously we don't want 2 billion Chieftain Mark 6 and 500,000 WZ-111 5As running around on the battlefield, because that's going to ruin Tier 10. Tier 10 is a skill-based tier, so you don't want people buying a Badger for 50 bucks and just pulling out, ruining your Tier 10 battle, because obviously that would ruin your fun, that would stop people from playing the game, and Wargaming knows that. So they're throwing those types of tanks in crates to stop people from just rushing right up the tiers to getting the Tier 10. It controls and limits numbers. While I'm not a huge fan of crates, it definitely makes sense why they do it. I just wish the rewards you got out of crates, as Meadsy said multiple times, you got more gold, you could get other lower tier premium vehicles, other stuff like that, that would be way better than just throwing $100, $200 at a tier 10 vehicle that you might not even get if you are a decent player, and you do deserve to get a vehicle like that if you throw $100 in. But the thing is that, as I said, pretty much all of the overpowered tanks, when they first came out, they were not in crates. And the thing about that is, even the Object 252, I'm not sure if I said that, that tank was not in crates when it first came out. And that's the sort of big argument I have here, is that while Wargaming throws these tanks in crates after they come out, they obviously don't sell them the first time in crates. First of all, because, as I said, tier 10 is really the only tier they really want to moderate, because that's the tier where the more skilled players go to get away from all the frenzies and the premium spamming. This game here, there's probably quite a few overpowered premiums. Actually, there isn't. That is pretty surprising. Usually you find a lot at tier 7. But, you know, they try and control... Ooh, come on. Yeah, I thought I was going to pen that guy. But, they try and control, I really think, the numbers of how many overpowered premiums come into the game. Because when you think about it, when a Smasher came into the game, of course, not a crazy amount of people bought this tank when it first came out. Actually, Meadseer, I'm not sure if it was Meadseer or Skate, but one of them said it wasn't overpowered, and then they made a follow-up video saying it was, because obviously when tanks first come out, they don't know if they're overpowered, or everything... Oof, that was a big fail there. But they don't know everything about the tank, if it's overpowered or everything like that, until they've been out for a couple weeks or so, until you realize how they play, learn the playstyle. And by then, the tanks are usually out of the stores, and things like that. Again, another overpowered tank that came into the store that was not in crates is the Mark I Defender. A lot of vehicles that start off overpowered are not in crates, and that's because they want to sell a lot of them, and then they'll throw them in crates because everybody knows they're overpowered. So by then, a lot of people are waiting for them to come out, and they want to buy them. So that's the best time they're going to make all the money off the tanks, because people know they're overpowered. So now people are just waiting, drooling on some of these overpowered tanks. Oh, come on. Yes. But a lot of people are waiting for these overpowered tanks to come back into the store, and they're going to be in crates, because Wargaming knows, well, if these people are waiting, we might as well charge them for more, keeping the numbers of these tanks not just ridiculously overpowered. So, there we go, got him off. But that's sort of the reason, in my opinion, why they do crates the way they are. But as I was saying at the beginning of this video, Wargaming has to sell tanks as an overpowered way, because it's almost impossible for them to make money. Ooh, this guy's gonna die. It's almost impossible for them to make money if these tanks aren't overpowered. Nobody's going to buy a VK16801P. It is a steaming pile of crap. And as sad as it is, that's the way this game works. You can't have non-overpowered tanks in the game because they're just not going to make money. Ah, screwed that one up. But they're just not going to make money off of a tank that's not overpowered. Alright, I might be able to survive this. No. Panther's a bigger threat here. Let me just kill this guy. Okay, there we go. Back into it. Okay. So what I was trying to say, though, is they're not going to make money off of a tank that isn't overpowered. It's just not a plausible way to make money. Obviously, now they're trying to bring in the battle pass, and they're going to have different ways to... Ooh, that screwed me. That really screwed me. But obviously, they're not going to make money off of tanks. Yeah, that shell there should have penned. I didn't want to shoot heat. But obviously, they're not going to make money off of that VK168, so they bring in overpowered tanks, and they're actually trying to make money in different ways. If you've noticed, they're bringing out the Battle Pass now. They want to make money doing that, to where you can actually earn a fun Tier 7 premium. Yes, okay, we did win it. But they're trying to earn tanks that way, everything like that. They're trying to bring out different ways to earn money. That's why they have the camouflages, but the best way to make money, obviously, is to bring out tanks that are going to be in crates, tanks that are going to be overpowered, because a Smasher, as much as I hate to say it, is just a ridiculously overpowered vehicle. And I have to give Wargaming some sort of credit for selling these vehicles, because as much as we hate to admit it, these tanks are overpowered, but we still buy them. That's the thing that people hate to admit. They complain and complain and complain about these tanks being overpowered, but yet they still buy them. A lot of people I know hate this tank, but yet they have it in their garage. It's the only people that really ruin the game that I find are people that have 9,000, 10,000 battles in a tank like the Smasher and abuse the game. But really, there's not a lot of people like that. And the people that do that, you know what? That's their problem. Shame on them. They're wasting their lives. Yeah, sure, I own a Smasher. I spent money on it. I feel that not only am I supporting the game to continue it for going on, hopefully, so my tanks in the game can continue and have a long life. But I also spend money on the game just because I like to. I find the game fun, and if I can spend money and get some sort of fun out of it, then that's what makes me happy. So I actually don't mind Wargaming bringing overpowered tanks into the game. The thing I do mind is Wargaming bringing overpowered non-premiums into the game. Sorry, I had a little hiccup there, but bringing a tank like the Sheridan or the T-92, where you shoot missiles, is even more unfair compared to like a Smasher, because Smasher, you have to sit out in the open to pretty much die to it, and the reason it's so overpowered at Tier 7 is because half the players have no clue what they're doing. And that's what I sort of feel really just makes the Smasher so broken. At Tier 10, people know what they're doing, but you still can't hide from a missile that's just nuking you from right out of the sky. Rolling left the game because he hated these missiles so much. So that's something that's not even pay to win that I really just dislike, but they're not going to remove the concept from the game, because I can't imagine how long it took them to completely rework the old missile concept, fix that whole design, and get that entire idea back in the running. It must have cost them tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, I'm not sure how much money, just to get those missiles back into play, design the tanks, everything like that, then test them, have the contributors do that. It requires a lot of effort. For them to remove these tanks, it's really a lot of effort. So while I do dislike overpowered tanks being in the game, I also respect that Wargaming is a company and they need to make money, and for us to just completely yell at them for having these overpowered tanks would pretty much run them out of business. So I hope you guys do sort of understand the concept of this video. I hope I didn't repeat myself a little bit there when I got a little lost in that really bad shot there. But other than that, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. I just want to thank you all for the support this channel's been getting. That's why I wanted to make a little different, interesting concept video today. And we're pretty much at 8,000 subscribers. We gained 2,000 subscribers in the last 28 days, and it's not even been 28 days yet. It's literally, what? It's April 20th. So we still got another 10 days of gaining subs. We might gain 3,000 subscribers in one single month, which is ridiculous. That's, you know, 1/3 of my entire subscriber base. So I hope you guys are all enjoying the content I'm throwing out here. If you are, make sure to subscribe, and I hope you're all happy, healthy out there, and I'll see you in the next one.